the IEBC should be afraid, or anybody who won the election truthfully, for us to access that information should be questioned. So Malone, the best evidence for this, as contained in section 44, subsection 3 of the Elections Act, is that the technology established under the Elections Act. And Malone, this is what they are trying to run away from. They are trying to run away from it because the whole truth is contained in those logs and those transactions. And the best evidence about this election is not necessarily contained in the Form 34As and so on. And when those Form 34As are brought before the court and 34Bs, together with the transactions through transmission that were done electronically, if they are brought before this court, then this court will be able to verify whether that election was transparent, credible, and accountable. My Lord, I would say that the attempt to try and say that we have no time. What was this technology all about? It was for purposes of ensuring that the election is not an election on the day of election. Even after the election, a citizen under the technology rules can make an application for information, for satisfaction whether the election was transparent. My Lord, for example, if I wanted to know access to the register, all I need is to have access. I don't need that server to be brought here. Once I'm given access, I can be able to determine who are the registered voters in the register of voters. Similarly, 40,000 forms which are scanned and is in the database. If I'm given access, it will not fill more than 400 pages of just seeing the transactions. In fact, if you look at the application, we're not looking for the hardware. We are talking about logs or what was transmitted from the devices at the polling station. That cannot even contain a page. It's almost instantaneous in as much as the same information was relayed directly to the National Tallying Center, to the constituency tallying center, and so forth. So, my Lord, what we are asking for, and if you look at the application, we are not looking for the kits. We are looking for the logs. And that is...
Sorry to interrupt. Really?
No, this is, no, it's not even been...
The evidence we wanted to show is that
just a minute, Mr. Kinyanji.
the logs would take...
Just a minute, Mr. Kinyanji, can please sit down, we'll, yeah.
Yes, my Lord, I'm saying this from expert advice. We're not crazy to bring this kind of application, knowing the timelines. And in fact, this exercise is easier than bringing in the old order, bringing the ballot boxes and the manual registers and bringing the forms from all over the Republic. In a word, we will not need any paper if we have access. Probably the paper only we'll write on is the report that we'll submit before this court. And my Lord, information that is in the custody of a public body, that information, unless there are legal justification to keep it away from the public, cannot be, as it were, disallowed for a member of the public to access that information.
For IEBC or no, Mr. Mwite. Huh?
I appear with Mr. Issa for the chairman. Mr. Mwite is for IEBC.
Yes, IEBC. You were talking that if access is allowed, it can interfere with the what? The systems, the IEBC systems in these machines.
Right.
Who said that? That was Issa.
It's also our position.
Yeah, okay, fine.
The integrity is compromised immediately.
Fine, let me ask. Mr. Issa, I'm not an ICT expert, But I thought there are securities that are, I mean, ingrained into those kind of systems.
Yes.
So that if you are allowed access, you can access what you can access, you can't. And I mean, you can't interfere with the record there. It will even show who has gone in, what time, and that kind of thing.